Shout out to everybody on the talk. What is going on, bruh? What is going on? Shout out to everybody, bruh. Shout out to everybody, bruh. So I see. Shout out to Jay Black. He ended up putting out an interview that he had with Beasley, and Beasley addressing everybody. Everybody was catching strays. Wait a minute. He was going off, bruh. He was going off. He addressed a lot of things that I did not expect him to talk about. So I guess he's tired of all y'all. All of us, everybody. He's tired of it. First of all, let me talk about some of the things he addressed before we get into the other things. First of all, he did, put a lot of emphasis on kings versus queens. He's saying that, because Black did ask him a question that has something to do with this, but he's saying that kings versus queens, the $25, like if you get the $25, for kings versus queens, you will get a month free on, the URL app. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're already paying for the URL app, and I guess if you get the caffeine, kings versus queens, that he will give you like a month for free. So you won't be feeling like you're out of place with that situation, So he did make that clear. He talked about, I want to get into that. This is what he talking about, bro. This is what he talked. He called out MBS. What? He talking crazy, MBS. Y'all better show the footage. Y'all remember when MBS, right? So MBS came out and said that Beasley was trying to pay them not to cover RBE. Is what they were saying. And everybody kind of I'm waiting for 15 minutes, because 15 Minutes of Fame had interviewed, MBS, and I'm like, yo, they gonna ask him that, but it ended up being like something else, or maybe it was an old interview. I don't know what it is. They threw it out, and so I'm waiting for him to respond, but he kind of ignored it. He addressed this, bruh. He was like, he's like, these trolls will say anything. I ain't call y'all trolls, MBS. I'm just saying that's what he said. He said these trolls will say anything. He was like, they talking about they got my audio. Where it's at? I want to hear my audio. How much they want? I'll pay for it. With the audio at? Why? He talking crazy. Beasley talking crazy. He said they lying. This is what he said. If that's the case, ARP done made a blog about that whole situation. So if y'all lying, and ARP made a blog about that and believe in y'all, that's, oh man, this is wild, this is crazy. ARP, did you hear some audio? What is going on? OTFMZ is on MBS's neck. Let's Talk Battle Rap is on their neck. We want the audio. Where's the audio? MBS responded. They said, we bootlegging Kings versus Queens. Wait. What team all that? Shout out. But they, he want that audio. He's like, yo, what, you got my boy? This is what y'all need to do. Y'all know what Chat GTP is, right? Chat, whatever it's called. You need to get his voice. You know what I'm saying? And then go to Chat GTP and type in whatever, and it'll say it with his voice. You know what I'm saying? Get that money. But, MBS, they did say something when the dude got interviewed. And the guy that was interviewing him asked him about it. He was like, yeah, I got the audio. He was asking, like, why are you putting the audio out? He's basically saying he want to get paid for it. URL's offering to pay you for it. So that's a way to make some money, and you can shut everybody up if you got the audio. I'm not saying you lying. I'm saying that Beasley is on a major platform saying you're lying. He's responding to you right now. He's like, oh, you got all this? I want to see it. You better go to Chat GPT. Chat GPT. This is crazy. And if ARP made a blog about that, and if it ain't true, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to all y'all. Shout out to all y'all. It's messy. He talking a lot. He threw a shot at A-Ward. Told me, I ain't throwing a shot at A-Ward. You threw a shot at A-Ward. He was throwing shots at everybody. Everybody was catching straight. I'm sitting there, I'm eating my popcorn like, it's hitting my face and everything. He going crazy. What did he say? He addressed, he addressed Easy, everybody. He was talking reckless. First, he's trying to start off being cool, right? And this is what he said. He yo, because they asked him about caffeine and what would happen if caffeine wasn't there? He's yo, we would be good. We were throwing big events before caffeine, but these are, our partners. And, we got a contract. And, when you got a contract, you know what I'm saying, with a person, and you got a partners and you got a contract. I honor the contract. Yo! He talking. He's honor the contract. And then he segues into the Easy to Block captain. And he's trying to he's making a point. He's yo, before I even talk about all this, I just want to say this ain't going at nobody. I'm just making a point. Because he's trying to explain a lot of things yo, why he doesn't mess with YouTube and why YouTube isn't needed. He's yo, I done walked away from YouTube for 3 years and can't nobody do nothing. Ain't nobody replace it. Can't nobody do what URL they did. Y'all can't do nothing. He was talking reckless. And then he got into the Easy to Block captain situation. He just yo, look at Easy to Block captain. His career was over. It was dead as far as we knew it. I'm yo, what is it, Beasley? What are you talking about? He his career was dead as far as we knew. When we see Easy, his career was dead. But he came into URL and with the engine, with the URL, it made him a big star. He was talking reckless. Beasley! I mean, my popcorn, I'm getting scared. I'm I hope he don't throw a shot at me. I got scared. I couldn't eat. I'm He was talking red. He was yo, we got his profile big enough to where now he can battle a Hitman Holla. And it makes sense. You know what I mean? And then he's saying something yo, with A-Ward been around for a while. He's been battling for wild years. A long time, But if A-Ward was to go up against Hitman, it would look different because of the way the URL marketed Easy to Block captain. It made it he was talking reckless. Easy, you better call him. You better call him, Easy. He was throwing shots at everybody, bro. He's oh, and these bloggers. No, what did he say? He was smooth with it. He was smooth with it. He they all gossiping, and this is supposed to be about the battles, and they all gossiping. I'm no! He's about to throw another shot. He was wilding. He was wilding. Jay Black wait! He I don't want none of this on. Wait a minute. Beasley no, let's drink some water now. We drinking some water. Let's go. He's everybody want to sit down and talk about me and have a part 4, 5, 6 talking crazy about me. I ain't got time for all that. I'm making events happen. 75 events a month. Where everybody's sitting around talking about me. I got events going on. I ain't got time. I got another deal going on. We about to make this happen. He talking reckless. What y'all gonna do? And then he's and another thing, MBS, where is the voice? He is talking reckless. Y'all wilding. Y'all wilding. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on no more. Easy said he ain't in contract. Easy, I ain't talking about this no more. Shout out to you. He said he ain't in contract. He had to hit his lawyer. His lawyer was working double time trying to make sure he can go on stage. I seen Chris Mbias' blog. What Chris Mbias said, he was He was like, yo, Easy was using everything to get out that contract. Talking about, hostile work environment. Yo, what? Shout out to Easy. Easy ain't do that. URL don't be saying that. I don't know what he did. But Easy talking about he ain't in contract. I don't know what the lawyer sent them, but they still think he in contract. But I don't know. Shout out to Beasley. Shout out to the URL. Shout out to everybody. But I do want to say this. He did make it clear. After he took a shot at Remy, I'm sorry, he did. He took a shot at Remy. Remy, I was about to leave you out because I ain't want Papoose put me in no alphabet bars, but I'm telling it like it is. He took a shot at Remy. I heard it. This is what he said. I'm sorry, Beasley. Chill. He was like, oh, and they all complaining about a pay-per-view. They all want to complain. When I did a pay-per-view and $55, they were saying that was crazy. That was too much. But, and mine's only $25. The most expensive we ever did was $55. He talking about you, Remy. He talking about you, Remy, with that 60. He talking crazy. I don't know if you is. Beasley, I'm going to say, I don't know if you talking about Remy. I don't know. It kind of seemed like a shot. He talking about, all y'all talking about all y'all blogs, talking about y'all need YouTube drops, people need YouTube drops, and all y'all blogs is about the battlers that's on the app. I'm like, pow, he done just shot me. No! He was like, name somebody that's lit right now off of YouTube. Or who got the talent, like, who didn't develop their talent, their own talent. When our talent get lit, they want to get our talent. Where's their talent? He was talking crazy. He was talking, I don't know, him and Jay Black wasn't drinking water. They had some vodka. Beasley like, let me drink some of this. We about to go in. ARP about to blog again. You done messed up, Beasley. Then he said something to ARP. You better blog on him, bro. You better blog on him. He said, like, yo, he was talking about MBS. And then this is what he said. He was like, and these trolls will tell you anything. And then they go to somebody while they're emotionally distraught. And like, he was talking crazy. He was like, they didn't caught somebody when they was emotionally distraught, like, and trolled them and all. Oh my God, bro. What's gotten into Beasley, bro? Like, what is wrong with him? He like, y'all think I'm throwing some subtle shots in the trailer? No. Jay Black, we sitting down. We talking about all this. The contracts. I got partners and friends. The contracts. I honor the contracts. Oh my God, bro. Then he was flexing. He was like, oh, our battlers, we got caffeine. We got them sweet deals. They still making thousands and thousands of dollars without battling. We put on the biggest events. We do this. He was talking. Beasley like, wait, what it sound like when facts get thrown around up in here, Jay Black? What it sound like? This is crazy, bro. ARP about to throw like 5 events this month. Shut Beasley up. I don't know what is going on. Shout out to Easy. Shout out to everybody. You know what I mean? I do want to say this because he did. This is what I understand, like with talking to people from the URL, right? Talking to somebody from the URL. Listen. So what I understand is, I'm going to get off the whole Easy situation. Easy, you in the algorithm. I got to mention you a couple times for the algorithm to kick. Shout out. I ain't getting 20,000, 15,000, 20,000 for no reason. I know what I'm doing. But he said a lot. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna let him talk about that too much. But he said a lot. But what URL is basically, this is what I think, right? They're upset with the way it went down. You know, like that, from what I understand, they probably would have allowed him to, if it would have went down a little bit different. I don't know. But people say things after things didn't happen. It's just the way it went down. They was kind of feeling some type of way. You know, then he was flexing. He was like, yo, we don't need YouTube. The CPM rate ain't really good. Like, you ain't making no money off YouTube. You only make like $4,000 for a million view battle and all that. He's talking heavy. I don't think that's true, Beasley. I don't, because if we making all this money, like, nah, because I remember I hit 1 million views, but this is the whole channel. I had 1 million views on like some video and it did like 6,500, but I only put like one commercial in it. You know, if you put multiple commercials in the battle, you know what I mean? That 1 million views can turn into, you know, like over 10,000, you know, but it still doesn't make sense, you know, to be paying people like $15,000, $20,000, $30,000. You know what I mean? If you know, only hitting 1 million views. Like, I kind of get what he's saying. Like, you do need other revenues, but that's what pay-per-view and all that comes in at. You know, but I don't know. You know what I mean? They businessmen, they deal with that. Jay Black did make a point, like, yo, like, we want, you know, can we get back to the battles? Can we focus on the battle? But these battles is trash. I'm sorry. A lot of them is trash. The drama is better. I'm sorry. I can't stop talking about the drama. Wait a minute. I'm gonna chill on the drama, but the drama makes more fun. I was watching, bruh. Come on, bro. I was watching like John versus Chef Trez, right? I got through the first round. I was struggling to get through the second round. I'm like, it's kind of boring. I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to. I'm like, let me cut on Kid Slade and Shotgun Suge. I got to the second round. I'm like, this is a little boring. I'm sorry. Suge got the first clear. This battle kind of boring. Where that drama at? Let me. I see Debo. He like, yo, like, can we get back to the battles and not all this other stuff? Y'all gotta put them battles on YouTube. I'm sorry. Put the battles on YouTube, and maybe they'll be less boring. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they'll try and not be choking all 3 rounds. The ambiance is the same people you see on Twitter, on stage. We boring. Sorry. Remy's was lit. Her event was lit. Easy got up there. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hitman had a lit. They can't hear me. Easy. They can't hear me. Can y'all hear me back there? Yeah, we can hear you. See, they can't hear me. Easy. It's going to look better on camera. They had a lit. The other battles be boring. I'm sorry they was boring. Maybe they'll be less boring. Talk to them. But y'all better not make Kings versus Queens boring. This is $25. Don't mess this up. Threaten to go on Jay Black's platform again. They'll stop. They'll make it lit. Shout out to them. I'm going to watch all the battles all the way through, and I'm going to talk about some of them individually. Shout out to them, but it's a little bit more interesting. Beasley, I'm sorry. It is. He was firing all on cylinders. Pow, pow. Everybody get it. Pow, Remy. Pow. Easy. Pow. Pow. A-Ward, what? You ain't coming to the URL? Pow. I don't care that you white. Pow. Sideways. Pow, pow, pow. ARP, you made a bug about me? Pow. Sorry, not sorry. Pow. Jay Black like, wait. Jay Black ask me something I don't want to answer. I'm going to shoot you up in this mother. He done turned to Denzel Washington off Training Day. We all thinking we about to get some politically correct born. He turned into one of them gnome rounds. He like, I ain't going for it today. He done took the razor. He done razored his hand. He's like, oh, about to Charles Barkley up in this month. About to go crazy on him. MBS, you talking about you got my audio, nigga? Pow! Where that audio at? How much you want? You need 20,000. You produce it. Pow! My bad. It's supposed to be a whole nother blog. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Easy. Shout out to everybody. I hope they can work this out. I hope they can talk about this. Work this out. You know what I mean? But this is getting crazy. This is getting messy. You know what I'm saying? But comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know. We gonna get back to the battle. We gonna try it. But if these battles is all the way boring, we back to the drama. I'm sorry. Subscribe to somebody else for the bars. If I can't make it through these battles, comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Peace.